Thanks. Good morning. It's my pleasure to be here to talk to you about the work we've been doing on foreclosure prevention and in helping homeowners deal with this foreclosure crisis. For RSAR, this began with the Education Committee, where we were talking about aligning the education we offer to our members and making sure that we were aligning that with what we were talking to the community about. And as we got through that process, we realized a couple of things. We felt that realtors could be much more involved in the community and be much more in connection with the community on this issue. We also saw that there was tons of information in the marketplace, but very, very hard to find it and figure out what you needed and what to do with it. Then the third thing we saw was that there were lots of people who were not coming forward to get help. So we started working to try to remedy that. Soon after we started our work, the Foreclosure Prevention Task Force was announced, and that was an NAR grant, and we were invited to participate. That would be Amy Schock and myself. We worked to secure NAR grant money to help with the foreclosure prevention group, and that was quite a collaborative effort between Reno Sparks Association, Greater Las Vegas Association, ELCO. A lot of work was done by NVAR as well. We had tons of support from Chris Lehman, Sherry Williams, and a bunch of others. So it was quite an effort to make this happen. And from that effort, the outcome of that was Realtors Care Nevada. So there was about close to $50,000 from NAR, which was available to us on a statewide basis. NVAR donated $5,000, and we ended up in northern Nevada with close to $20,000 from those funds to use in these efforts. But first, let's talk about whether we still have a problem or not. There have been lots of reports that say things are improving, and we see stats changing all the time. In fact, there was a recent study that said that the foreclosure crisis has been contained. I'm happy to report it's been contained to planet Earth. But seriously, we have a lot more to do. None of this will come as any surprise to the people in this room, but foreclosure activities continue through 2010 and way beyond. REO inventories are going to remain very high through 2013, and unemployment will make it really more difficult. Most of you have seen this chart. This is the Credit Suisse chart, really talking about the option arms and the option mortgages that are resetting all through 2010, 2011. These are mortgages that typically are in the middle to upper range of the product that we have, and whether or not interest rates move up or not, just the idea that you're going to have to start paying principal and interest can push a lot of people past their monthly budget. And of course, unemployment is the double whammy here. So unemployment is expected where it's close to 13% in Nevada, and probably a lot higher if you count all the people who really, really want to work. So we do have an issue. Okay, Realtors Care Nevada has 4 focuses: to promote counseling, community outreach, education for both realtors and the community, and to prevent scams. We have a focus on how to improve counseling, and really it's a real effort that we've focused on based on working through these issues, and directing our friends and neighbors and our clients to how to improve counselors is always the best approach. And the reason is because that process is unbiased and comprehensive. It really is. It reviews all the data. These people are experienced. They're doing it every day. They're involved with how to move through the triage and the sorts of things that happen when you have an interview, and really makes the client bring all the data in. This is very different than some of the casual conversations we have with clients. Also, by asking our clients to go through this, we avoid working outside the scope of our license. That's very important for protecting realtors as we work in this issue. The other real major outcome in talking with the people we have is they talk about recovery plans with the folks who are having trouble. So not only are we looking at what's the first thing to do, but how do we recover once this event is over. Recently, I had the opportunity to be with a good friend of mine who's taught dentistry for several decades, and he gave me two really gems of wisdom. Let's see if you can figure out which one applies here. The first one is, opera is a very expensive place to nap. But the second one, and the most important one, is that a rushed diagnosis is seldom effective. Okay? When people in trouble come to us and they ask us for advice, it's really easy for us to say, this is what we can do for you. For a realtor, we say, we can short sell it. For a lawyer, we can litigate it. Financial advisor, we'll modify it. For a scam artist, just give me your money, we'll fix it. I mean, it's all there. The right answer is to gather all the facts and look for the best possible solution and a rehabilitation plan. Realtors Care Nevada is again what has been the outcome of the work that we've been doing. And so no matter what your relationship is to the people facing these tough issues, the advice is the same. Get unbiased, comprehensive advice from a HUD-approved counselor before taking action. Having built a case for HUD-approved counselors, here's how we're working with some of the folks in northern Nevada. We have money of the $20,000, approximately $20,000. About 75% of that money is earmarked for direct cash donations to some groups, which I'm going to show you in a few minutes. And that is to expand their capacity to help people. We're also partnering with those groups, whether it's volunteering or setting up co-sponsored events or what have you throughout the northern Nevada region. We also have a program focused on sharing best practices. We want to learn what they're doing well and what other people are doing well and share them between the agencies. That's one of the things that as we work with each one of these groups, we've insisted on. So we want to learn, we want to share, we want to expand the number of counselors that are available to people in need. And the other piece of it is we have an accountability factor, which is something we should do anyway, but it's also an outgrowth of the NVAR program. The counselors we're working with are for Consumer Credit Counseling Services, the Washoe, Nevada Department of Senior Services, Nevada Legal, and NID Housing Affiliates, or is it advisors, advocates, I guess it is. Here, all four of these groups do basically the same thing. They do counseling and what have you, but each one has a little bit different spin, and so as you see through here, we're talking about some of the specific differences for each one. So we're trying to figure out how to get legal covered, counseling covered, modifications, and that sort of thing.